In any workplace where mental concentration is to be undertaken, a low level of noise is always desired. Reduction in noise has been found to increase work output. A number of temporary physiological changes occur in the human body as a direct result of noise exposure. They are a rise in the blood pressure, a rise in the intracranial pressure, an increase in heart rate and breathing, and an increase in sweating. In addition, general symptoms like dizziness, nausea, and fatigue may also occur. Noise interferes with sleep. It may also cause visual disturbance. It is said to result in a narrowing of the pupils, to affect perception of color, and to reduce night vision. Hearing protection is seriously recommended for all those workers who are continually exposed to noises louder than 85 decibels in the frequency bands above 150 Hz. Workers must be regularly rotated from noisy areas to comparatively quiet posts in factories. Periodical audiogram checkups and use of earplugs and earmuffs are also essential as the situation demands. Noise is an inescapable part of modern life. Noise originates in all sorts of ways, but generally speaking, the increasing noise pollution levels are the result of the increasing population in cities. More people means increase in the density of buildings in the residential area. People are demolishing traditional bungalows and converting them into apartments. As a result, people are living closer to each other than ever before. Further, it is a fact now that people are much noisier today than they were about a generation ago.
I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you.
In fact, most homes boast of at least one television set, one radio, a thumping stereo system, and a whole range of household appliances. Furthermore, you must remember that more people mean more traffic on the streets. Traffic noise has become a serious problem now because of inadequate urban planning in the past. Schools, homes, hospitals, churches, libraries and other community buildings were routinely built on main roads without buffer zones or adequate soundproofing. The problem has been compounded by increases in traffic volumes far beyond the expectations of our early urban planners. At low speeds, vehicle engines, transmissions, exhausts and brakes cause most traffic noise. The top-start braking and acceleration during peak hour congestion also increase noise levels. On freeways where speeds are high and relatively constant, most noise is caused by a combination of tire contact with the road and aerodynamic drag over the vehicle. Motorcycles and trucks combine to make up 7% of vehicles on our roads, but they are largely responsible for the peak noises that stand out from the steady background rumble. The installation of noise barriers along major roads and freeways can also be used to combat traffic noise. An effective barrier needs to be high enough and long enough to deflect sound and can be made of relatively lightweight materials. A green barrier can also be used to combat noise. Careful design within the building can also reduce the effects of noise pollution. Noise inside a building can be significantly reduced if both the external and the internal walls are properly insulated against sound. Heavy masonry and brickwork do make the best kind of sound reducers, but there are also lightweight options. For example, interior walls that have layers of plasterboard with sound control material in the cavities can be very effective in reducing noise. Windows and doors are often the weakest link in sound insulation. Double glazing is particularly effective for windows, especially if the gap between the two layers of glass panes is sufficiently wide. Solid core doors are best, particularly for those that open onto external areas. All gaps and openings around both doors and windows should be well sealed. Even the openings can leak significant amounts of noise. Schools, homes, hospitals, commercial and public buildings all need protection against excessive aircraft noise. This problem has received particular attention since the advent of supersonic jet planes. These aircraft, which travel at speeds faster than the speed of sound, create sound waves equivalent to those of major explosions and are capable of even damaging structures. The extent to which continuous exposure to the sonic boom can affect human health and functioning is yet to be determined. However, research has shown that people living near airports have a higher incidence of headaches, take more sleeping pills and sedatives, are more likely to suffer minor accidents, and are more likely to seek psychiatric treatment. Authorities have to adopt a three-legged stool policy to solve the problem. The first leg is to ensure that aircraft emit the lowest levels of noise compatible with airlines' safety. For example, aircraft such as the Boeing 727 and 757 are up to 20 decibels quieter than the Boeing 747. The second leg is to impose controls on airport operations, such as reducing the number of arrivals and departures, imposing a night curfew, and minimizing flight paths over thickly populated areas. The third leg of the stool is to control urban development near existing airports and the site of future airports. According to a World Health Organization report to the United Nations Conference on Environment, of all the environmental problems, noise is the easiest to control. But the question of control will arise only after there is an awareness felt among the people about the need to control and for the government to find some solution for it.